In just a moment, we're going to be ready for our first lesson of the day.
No,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, our artist is ready and your doors will be open.
Wow.
Grab some paper, grab a seat.
Oh,
There's going to be
paper.
plenty of space for this class, so totally feel free to kind of spread out a little bit. Come on in, welcome. Make sure you are grabbing a sheet of paper. If you all want to sit in the front row, that's totally okay. We'll have a very intimate show. It'll be alright. Come on down, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Make sure so come on in, everyone. Welcome. Make sure you are grabbing a sheet of paper at the entrance of your row. You're going to go down those rows. If you guys get comfortable, sit next to someone you don't know. Be like, hi, my name is so-and-so. Oh my gosh, my name is also so-and-so. Hashtag twins. Come on in, welcome. Make sure you are going all the way down to the next available board.
Oh, I love this so far.
So please make sure we are going all the way down to the next available board.
Hey, it's Remy.
Everyone, welcome. Come on down. I still have plenty of room down here below, folks. Just grab a sheet of paper, head on down the row.
No, I'm good here. Thank
I
you.
like that one. And then go ahead and sit in it. The top row is just going to be for my guests with wheelchairs and ECDs.
Oh, I better put them in front of me so I can make room for whoever wants to sit.
Make sure you are grabbing a sheet of paper at the entrance of your row. Just pick your favorite row. Doesn't matter.
Alright, I'm ready to draw.
Alright, how's everyone doing?
Awesome!
Good, awesome. Well, welcome to Animation Academy, everyone. My name is Gio. I'm a Disney artist to teach you how to draw one of our classic Disney characters. Now, before we do get started with that, we do have to go over a couple of things. So the first thing is, as you're walking in, you all my man in front of there, Josh. Everyone say hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Now, Josh is going to be with us for the remainder of this class. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, your pencil breaks, your paper, you can help with your artwork, you all lost in a step. That's okay. Raise your hand nice and tall, Josh, and totally help you out. Let's practice. Ready? Right hand. Left hand. Both hands. Shake them, just don't care. Alright. Now, if you do need to exit for whatever reason, you are going to go back up the stairs. Give that door on the right hand side a great big push and right back outside into our beautiful courtyard. Now, remember, all of these doors are considered emergency exits, although if you do exit out from one of them, you'll probably end up in a weird hallway, then you'll end up in a small world, and then you'll never leave. No. Because then they turn into the little animatronics and that's how we get free ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start to draw in our character. Can anyone tell me which character we're drawing?
Mickey.
Wrong part, but okay. We are going to be drawing Mickey Mouse. Now, we're going to start off with a basic shape, and that's going to be a circle. Now, this circle is going to be about the size of an orange on your paper, and you're going to want to keep this very light and loose because you're going to notice something different about your pencils, and that's going to be they don't have erasers. Now, we actually don't need erasers because it's a rough sketch class. So as you're going to see, I'm starting to draw my circle here, and I'm using a bunch of lines. It doesn't have to be perfect on the first go. In the words of Hannah Montana, nobody's perfect. I gotta work it again and again until I get it right. Now, once I have my circle here in place, I'm going to go ahead and divide this in half. This is actually how I like to divide my pizza. Half for today and half for 10 seconds later. Now, once I have that division in place, I'm going to go ahead and divide this once more, and that's going to go right across here. Now, this is actually going to be called my construction lines. Now, what these construction lines do is they help me which way my character is actually facing, and also where I'm going to be placing that eyeliner a little bit. Now, what I want to do first is give a definite feature, and that's actually going to be his nose. Now, the nose is going to be sitting right underneath my intersecting lines here, so I'm going to go ahead and start to draw that in. It's a nice round little oval here underneath my intersecting lines. Once I have the oval in place, I'm actually going to go ahead and lock that in. What I mean by locking in is I'm going in here with a bit of a darker line and just locking in that entire shape. Here we go. Once I have that oval locked in, I can go ahead and shade in the inside of the nose there. Use the side of my pencil, get a nice even tone going across. Now with that nose in place, I do want to also give him a little bit of a snout line. Now the snout line is to give the illusion that the nose is actually coming out towards us, and it's not just pushed up against his face. So I'm just drawing in the stretched out little rainbow here, sitting right above his nose. Now with that rainbow there, I do need to go ahead and give him a nice big smile because he is the happiest place on earth. So to do that, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to start to stretch out this little U shape, and it's going to be curving up from side to side. There we go. Really bringing this on up here. Now once I have that big smile in there, I also want to go ahead and draw in some smile lines. Now the smile lines are these small little rainbows that kind of develop on the corners of your cheeks. So everyone look at your partner and go cheese. So creases that develop. So we want to go ahead and draw those in. Now he is one of the richest mice I know, so we're going to go ahead and give him a nice big open mouth smile. There we go. I mean, Mickey does sign my paychecks, so he's like living the best life. I'm just kidding, he doesn't sign my paychecks. I get direct deposit. Now, once I have that letter U in place, I also need to go ahead and draw in his tongue. Now, the tongue is going to be 2 hills kind of sitting inside. So I'm going to go 1 and 2. Go ahead and shade in the inside of the mouth there, because you're not going to see too much going on in there, because cartoons don't have organs. That's weird. Now, once I have that shaded in there, I also want to go ahead and draw in his lower lip. Now, the lower lip is to give an indication of all of these things that mice generally don't have. But he can whistle, he can blow kisses, so that's going to be pretty awesome. So I'm just drawing my stretched out little U shape here at the bottom. Now I also need to go ahead and draw in his cheeks. Now the cheeks are going to be either 2 halves of a heart or maybe 2 candy canes on either side. So I'll start off with the rainbow here on my right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this on down, kind of using my circle here as a guideline, and bringing it right on down towards that lower lip there. So now we have that half of a heart shape. I'm going to go over to the other side, do the same exact thing. Start off with a little rainbow up at the top. And then go ahead and bring this on down to get 2 halves of a heart. Or maybe 2 candy canes that are on vacation, kind of just chilling out. Now once I have that there in place, right now we're about halfway through with our drawing. How are you guys doing so far?
Awesome.
Okay, awesome. A lot of honesty. Your noses won't grow like Pinocchio. Got it. Well, how many of you guys, this is your first time drawing Mickey? Okay, quite a couple. Perfect. So it doesn't have to be perfect on the first go. Remember, art is a little bit different within the eyes of the beholder. Now, with that being said, do you guys know how old Mickey is?
90.
He's 90 years old.
Woohoo!
And so Mickey and Minnie are both 90 and they've been dating for about 90 years now. Now, we technically don't say that they are married in cartoon life, but we do like to say that they are married in real life because the original voice actors of Mickey and Minnie did get married in real life.
Ooh.
Yeah, so look at that. And they live happily ever after. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and draw in Mickey's eyes. Now for his eyes, I'm going to draw in these parentheses here. So there you go, I've got 1 pair of parentheses on the left. So there you go, there's my 2 parentheses. I'm going to go over to the other side and do the same exact thing. Really bring these on up from my little snout line here. Now once I have those drawn in place, I can go ahead and close out the top portion to create the top of an oval. There we go. Now this should ultimately look like we have 2 surfboards kind of dug into the sand. Now with those surfboards in place, I need to go ahead and also draw in his pupils. Now the pupils are going to be these nice rounded out ovals here on the inside of the eye. Now if you don't want to draw pupils, maybe you want to draw hearts in his eyes, stars in his eyes, that is totally up to you. I like to add in a little twinkle in his eye, which is just a small little white circle, and then shading in the rest of that pupil there, nice and dark. Now with those eyes all shaded in, I do need to go ahead and draw in his character mask. Now the character mask is going to be the stretched out letter V shape here right at the top. There we go. Now with that letter V in place, I'm going to go ahead and start to stretch this on out, kind of creating like a little bit of the top portion of a heart shape. Because Mickey does see you all with loving eyes. There we go. I'm just going to bring this on down here on the other side as well. And like I said, it's going to look like the top portion of a heart. Or maybe it looks like a really fancy letter M. Or maybe it's upside down letter W for Wombo. Go ahead and close off the sides of his head. Really picking my favorite lines here from my circle. There we go. I'm also closing off that top portion here. Now with that being said, right now we have a very great looking Mickey the Mole. But we need Mickey Mouse, so what are we missing? Ears, yeah, we need to draw those ears. Now the ears are going to be about half the size of his face. Now, if you guys do not know, we are going to be drawing these at a 45-degree angle. If you guys do not know how to draw a 45-degree angle, that's totally okay. We do have protractors underneath your benches. If you guys reach underneath this little spot, you guys can pull those on out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hi, 15 new people. Nice to see all of you. There's no protractors, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Now,
that's a good
one.
one.
We're going to be about 45 degrees, like I said. We're going to be going right about here, like I like to call a little bit of a letter V shape. And I'm gonna go ahead and start to draw these ears, and like I said, half the size of the face. Now remember, if you draw these ears too small, it's gonna start to look like Mickey the Bear Cub, so it's better to draw the ears bigger than it is to draw them smaller. Now with both of those ears in place, I can go ahead and lock in those lines, really picking my favorite lines here from my circle, and just going all the way around. There we go. But you are basically all done with your awesome drawing of Mickey. Go ahead and sign your name wherever you feel it fits best. And you are all done with your awesome drawing of Mickey Mouse. How'd y'all do? Okay. Oh, okay, got it. Well, I want to see how everyone did. So on the count of 3, we're going to have our show. Even if you're not doing it, I still want to see them. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Mickey Mouse! Oh my gosh, you guys did a great job right here in the front row.
Thank you.
I love the figures with the big smile. That's, oh my gosh, all that detail work, great job. Here's a big round of applause, everyone. Yeah!
Yay!
Alright, folks, now take those faces off your board and yours to keep. I just want to be here any day here at Disneyland. Now I need my turn here to the awesome president here in the front. Thank you guys so much for doing this here at the end.
Thank you.
Big round of applause for
Bye-bye.
Gio.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us in the Animation Academy. Those drawings are souvenirs for you to take with you. If you don't want to keep your drawing, we do have a recycle bin just down the ramp as you exit. We just ask that either way you do take your drawing with you. We are going to be setting up for our next class, so at this time, make sure your drawing board is up against your seat with the pencil back in the spiral, and return any extra paper you brought to your seat to the beginning of the row. Please make sure on your way out you have all of your belongings as well as any trash you may have left behind. Your exit doors are now open, but the same ones that you came in through. And if you're curious about any other characters, have a great rest of your day.
Oh, wow. I feel like I'm part of Disney history. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. And that was the Animation Academy. I give it 5 out of 4 stars.